everyone. So today I'm going to do a little get ready with me. But just not any good old get ready with me. I'm going to do a small cosplay get ready with me as I dress up as Princess Tiana. Alright, so I just got done washing my face and I was like, people don't need to know how awkward I look when I wash my face. So now I'm going to put on some moisturizer. I actually use a different kind from e.l.f., but this will have to do today. Gonna get your neck. So I'm gonna put on a little bit of makeup. So, Princess Tiana from Princess and the Frog. She is one of my favorites to cosplay. I remember years ago, I think when I was about freshman year in college, I was like, oh my gosh, I really want to get an internship with Disney so I can be Princess Tiana. Well, I applied to Disney 3 different occasions. Didn't even get past the first part of the application. I was like, oh, that's okay. And then I learned about cosplaying a little bit in college. The first time I saw cosplayers, I was in England, in England, and there's these group of people dressed up as cosplayers coming through the train station, or the underground, I think that's what they call it, the tube, however they refer to that. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And I was like, hey, may I take a picture with you? May I take a picture with you? So I took a picture with a lot of the cosplayers that day. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And then later on, years later, I was like, oh, I want to be Princess Tiana for one Halloween. So I tried really hard to find a green dress, like a generic green dress I thought would suffice. Could not find a green prom fluffy dress or a quinceañera fluffy dress for some reason that was in green. So I was like, okay. Then the lockdowns happened and I was like, let's get out there and do something. Like, I learned a little bit more. No, one of my friends got into cosplay. She just did stuff from home, like doing her makeup, putting outfits together. Some of the not as out there and elegant ball gown type cosplay that I was kind of into with Princess Tiana. But she did that. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And then I saw that there's a convention, an expo, a fan expo in a city that was about 30 minutes to an hour away. And so a couple months in advance, I was like, hey, do you want to go to this? She was like, yeah, let's do it. And I dressed up as Princess Tiana and she dressed up as Poison Ivy. And I just loved it. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's like I was reliving a dream. I was living a dream that I never had the opportunity to really pursue. And little girls really loved it because, you really don't see Princess Tiana out and about as some of the other Disney princesses in general. If we had to do which Disney princesses do you see the most often during cosplay, you honestly don't see a lot of Princess Tiana from what I could see of looking at other videos or just looking on Pinterest or just looking on YouTube. There are some, but not a lot. Alright, so I'll be right back. Let me go get my stuff to start my makeup. Alright, so I'm back with some of my makeup stuff. So right now I'm going to spray on some primer and then put on some highlight and do my eyebrows. So yes, back to what I was saying. I got to live a dream that I thought, oh, I can't do it. So I have dressed up as Princess Tiana about 2 times. Yes, 2 times. They were both at one was an expo, a fan expo event, and another was at a anime convention. Was it? Yeah, it was a comic convention. So I dressed up. So the fan expo, you're a fan. They even had a thing meet up for like Disney characters. I somehow missed it, but I did get to take pictures with other Disney princesses. Then I went to the anime Comic Con, or is it Comic Con? I can't remember which one exactly was. So I'm there, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is cool. Get to see all the cool different anime characters. And there's, out of the whole entire thing on day 1, I was the only Disney, well there was the Star Wars folks, but when it came to Disney princesses, on day 1 I went as Little Mermaid. And people were like, oh wow, Little Mermaid. I even had like a flounder purse. Oh my gosh, I love it. Then the next day I went as Princess Tiana because I was like, I got this dress. I bought it. I'm going to use it. My Little Mermaid one I made because, you know, she's a mermaid. Nothing crazy. Princess Ariel. However, my sewing skills are not to the point to where I can just straight up sew a ball gown from scratch. So I found someone on Etsy, because other places I was Googling it, really couldn't find a dress. I was like, but there was someone on Etsy who makes the dresses. And so I put my order in. I was like, oh, this should be fine, like a size, blah, blah, blah. And the seamstress messaged me back and was like, hey, give me like your specific measurements for like your waist, your bust, how tall you are, how your length and stuff. And I was like, okay, ma'am, sure, here you go. And I'm glad I got it from Etsy and didn't just buy randomly offline, because I'm short and most dresses off the hanger are too long for me, and it comes down perfectly over my feet. Because I was like, well, I guess I'll probably have to take it somewhere to get it hemmed and everything. But I didn't have to worry about that as much, and I'm so glad. I don't know what I did with my sponge. Uno momento, por favor. Okay, found my sponge. And came down perfectly over my toes and everything. Didn't have to worry too much about that. But the length, I can wear flats in the dress, and it's not like I'm like, oh my gosh, I have all this dress. Like, it works out perfectly, and I was like so happy about that. It's the little things in life, you know? So, get it, very excited. I'm like, you know, I can't exactly remember how much I paid for, but I was like, I'm gonna get my money's worth. And I also enjoy dressing up as Princess Tiana because little kids love it. So while I'm at this anime convention or Comic-Con, I find out in like the city over across the bridge, they have a steampunk festival going. And I was like, you know, this is a small anime convention. There's not a lot happening right now. Everything I needed to see, I saw yesterday. The rest of the events won't be until later afternoon, in about 2 to 3 hours. And it was like 10 to 20 minutes to the next city. So I said, let's go in this hot May weather to a steampunk festival that's outside, dressed up as a Disney princess. And that's exactly what I did. And the little kids loved it. Oh, I need to put on some eyeshadow. I'll be right back. Let me get my eyeshadow. So Princess Tiana doesn't have like extravagant makeup. It's going to be a very laid back natural look. So that's the look I'm going to go for. where was I? Yes, I was at the steampunk festival, and the kids loved it because we are literally at a steampunk place in a small town, USA. However, there's a Disney princess, not just a Disney princess and like a steampunk type of fusion type thing. She's in a full-blown ball gown amongst us, walking around. I also like steampunk stuff. And like the little kids loved it, boys and girls. They're like, oh my gosh, Princess Tiana. One little girl even asked me, did you really kiss a frog? And I was like, shh, yeah, but don't tell anyone. And her mom laughs. So usually I'm just like, boom, bam. Like just less than 5 seconds to put on my eyeliner in the morning. However, since it's like we got to get it a distinct shape for the character, I don't want to just go in any type of way. Just gonna fade that out. There we go. Okay. The natural smudge action though. Nah, you can see that. Get some more.
A little bit of oomph under my eyebrow here, give a little bit of highlight on it. Especially since I'm going to get my eyebrows done soon, but that's alright, that's okay. I love how my eyebrows are matching right now. Okay. Did I even do this eyebrow? I didn't do this eyebrow. Okay. No, I think I did. Go for a simmer.
It's interesting how there's some certain makeup things I can do and I can talk. I'm like, yeah, let's go for it. And other things I'm like,
I need complete silence. This is a golf moment.
alright. Where's my, oh, here's my setting spray. So this is a setting and, well, it's more than a setting spray, yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead, apply blush. This is Always Spicy by e.l.f. I love their blush. This blush isn't too, it's a good laid back tone for me. Nothing too pink or anything. It's a slight flush. Just a little bit of reddish color. Is there something? I think I got something in my eye. Okay. So usually what I like to do is do my eyes, do my face, and then very last is basically mascara, just in case some stuff builds up. I'm like, oh, this will contribute more to me having eyelashes. Alright, gonna add a little bit of eyeliner to my bottom lash line. Just the corner part though. Gives my eye a little bit more of a definite shape. And I like to use like a navy blue or like a lovely lavender or like a deep purple, because it gives me more dimension versus if I did a black wing and a little bit of black there. It doesn't hit the same. Alright. Do a little bit of lipstick. So Princess Tiana doesn't have like a very distinct color for her lipstick. Well, not distinct. She doesn't have anything that's like very pink. So we're going to go with a laid back pink. Just going to look up and make sure I find the right shade I want to use. So looking at it, it looks like it's a little bit of a purple, reddish. Let's go with this one. This is a little bit purple reddish, so going with that. Yep, that's a good color match for the photo that I'm looking at. I'm not gonna do any like foundation if you haven't figured out by now, because it's hot and I'm like, oh wow, I don't have like. Plus, I really don't have foundation like that. I would probably have to go and get it, and I'm just like, it's fine. It's nothing too crazy. I think it's mainly gonna be an outside type of thing. So that's where we are. So last but not least, mascara. Oopsie daisy. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. I want to add some highlight to my inner corner of my eyes also. Yes, I like that. Blend it in slightly. Alrighty, there we go. Alright. So my hair is braided, so I'm not going to worry about my hair too much. I do need to figure out what type of bun moment I'm going to have though. So, as you can see, Princess Tiana is wearing a petal tiara in this. So the green dress is what we're gonna wear. If you have, I don't think I've mentioned that just yet. So it'll be helpful if I did. Her hair originally, when she wears her hair like that, is in, it looks like a French roll, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm just gonna do a low bun moment there. And let me go get the tiara real quick. Since I'm done with my makeup, I'm going to go ahead and do the finishing touches of the setting spray. So I used the setting spray as a primer. That's the word I wanted to say earlier, but I forgot. So even though Princess Tiana really doesn't wear earrings, I'm going to put in some small pearl earrings that will not clash with the dress, basically. Okay. So I have my little tiara, and it's supposed to stick up, not back like I'm from the old country. So what I'm going to do is I have my straightener. I'm going to heat it up. A trick that I learned is you can take a straightener. I think I learned this from a cheerleader or online, because they would do this for their bows to help them stay up and big and vibrant during the games, because you know sometimes the bows are a little floppy and to give them that little stiffness and oomph, they would use a straightener to go through and work out some of the kinks with their bows. So that's the trick I'm going to do. So we're heated up. I'm going to run this over a towel to get any dirt and debris. Okay, it's fairly decent. I'm going to start with our back petals first. Curl you forward. Oh no, oh no, it's not sticking like it should. Okay, let's go with the first one here. Just try to curl it, maybe that way. Okay, that's something. I'll go with that for now. Alright, next one, make sure not to get the dilly boppers here. What are you doing? I'm curling my petals. Right. Let's move to the other one. Okay, that's all right. They're kind of forward versus straight back. All right, two more. So when I bought the dress, this came with it, and I was very happy because I was like, I need to find or figure out how to make her own tiara and then color match it with the dress, but it came with it. I don't remember reading it. I was like, okay. All right, so petals aren't exactly where we want it to be, but that's okay. When in doubt for anything hair related, hairpins. Last time I dressed up as Princess Tiana, I didn't have a straightener with me, so I just had to use hairpins to just like figure it out. There we go. Did I get that? Oh no, I got one of my thingamajigs. I don't know what those are called. Like these? I don't know what those technically are on the tiara. I know these are petals though. Okay. Let's try to straighten that out a little bit. I think I need to buy some starch next time. Maybe that might help it. Alright, so there we go. It's not completely up. Gotta hide find my hairpin a little bit better than that. Alright. That will do for now. Alright, so face check, hair check. So now to put on my dress. So I'll include some photos of the event later.